Spency's here.
I'm here.
Been on your travels, haven't you?
I've come to, obviously, Gonzo's man cave.
Hello. Oh, sorry. That's me. Sorry, that was... beg your pardon.
Oh, you backed into Godzilla there.
Go on. I'll tell you what. Go and have a look at Godzilla. What do you think?
Oh, well, I came in today. I actually walked past it. I was concentrating on the Foo Fighters, and he went, and you pulled the machine out and went, what do you think? It's stunning. Absolutely stunning. It is searching for a ball. We've all done that in our time.
We have.
It is. I don't think the pictures do it justice. I don't think, to be honest, the video will do it justice. When you see it in person and you see the attention to detail on it, side armour, the speaker covers, even the hinges. The hinges are beautiful. We'll put a still of the hinges up there if you haven't seen them already. We'll put a.
Have you considered a different source of amusement?
No, I haven't. We'll put a still of the hinges up here. It just ties the machine together so well. This is what a limited edition should be like.
Spencer, turn that off, please. It's gone mad. I don't know what's going on with it. All I did was accidentally walk past it and press a button.
You reversed into it, Chris. It's not good. Let's have a look.
Yes, but you like it.
I love it. I think it is fantastic. It's... When you look at all of the mods, when I think back to what this machine was like when it turned up with the original Godzilla, the UFO, the horrible sort of plastic Tokyo sign there, it had none of the embellishing on the flippers here, it had none of Collie-Wobble's plastics on it, and now it has just lifted the whole thing. Now, am I right in saying that you've got a bridge mod coming as well?
Yeah, it's a bit top secret, to be fair. It's not my mod. It's, the person that's modding it. Hold on. Let's see if I can get you that way. Hey,
hello.
Spence.
You've little bit voyeuristic there. That's nice.
Cheeky, eh?
Yeah, your little cheeky look through the window. So yeah, there are some more mods to come, and there's some other bits and pieces happening with this as well, which if they're secret, I won't mention, but I do know.
Well, no, it's all right. I don't know if you can. I'm not going to say any details about it.
No,
and also, to be fair, I've only seen the prototype of the bridge, so I don't want to say any more about it really. But there's also going to be a mod for the roof of that building.
Yep.
And at the moment, not every game does it, but some of these games, they go straight down the middle. When the ball releases the building, it's just lifted then, actually.
Yeah.
When it lifts up for multiple, it goes straight down the middle. So I do actually have a modification on there, which is basically a little helipad, which you can see there.
It sends the ball off to the side, doesn't it?
It does, but there's something a little bit more in keeping with maybe some of the, well, basically a lot of the other mods that are on there. I mean, I think the lovely thing is, because you've got the UFO, you have the Tokyo Neon sign, and you have the Godzilla at the back there, all of which are running off of Davy's boards. Some of them are just produced by Davy, but other people, there's also incorporation for both of those mods there, which are incorporation with Paul Jazzboosh. So there's a tie-in in all of them. One thing I didn't remember last time was actually the star posts that light up every time it hits the slings.
Yeah, I remember installing those.
Yeah.
That was good fun.
So they're all running off Davy's boards. So I think there's a continuity to a lot of it. Basically, they don't look odd next to each other.
Yeah, I think it's really impressive the fact that other people are picking this up and picking up, the ability to run other things off Davy's boards and going with it. It makes a really, really easy install. I love it. I think it's really, really, really good. And I think you're absolutely right. I think continuity is the right word for this.
That's why I used it.
No, it's good. I like it. I like it.
You had some. There was some talk. This is really just a little Flipperama update. There was some talk about the board. You were mentioning the board.
Yes, I was mentioning the board. It's nice to see Attack from Mars still up there. I'm sure that has upset a good few people. The fact that Champion Pub is above Avengers Infinity Quest.
If they were upset, they didn't tell me.
Well, no, they didn't tell it. If I had my way, that would be somewhere down here. I do not like
under Jessica's drawings.
Under Jessica's drawings, I do not like Avengers Infinity Quest one bit. Do I like Champion Pub? Yes, I do. I have one. I have John's actually at my house at the moment, and I am loving it. And I think that's going up to Pinfest, isn't it?
Yes, mate. Yes.
You've got to come down and collect that from me. Actually,
Yep.
Bring the van down and grab that, and then we'll get that ready so that it goes up to Pinfest. Which takes us on to the main sort of meat of this video, which is looking at these two, which is Foo Fighters, Premium, Pro and Premium, isn't it?
Yes.
So we've got the Pro on this side, and we've got the Premium on the other side there. I'm going to come between the two machines, and then we'll...
I beg your pardon? I'd rather you didn't. Only one of them's mine. Phil would be happy. That's got to go back to pinball heaven.
It's all right, I've got a cloth. This, I mean, I do love the game. I haven't spent an awful lot of time with it, but I do love the flow on it. Actually, is flow the right word? No, the flow isn't the right word. I do love the shots on it. I love the paths the shots take. I love the simplicity of the game. I'm not terribly impressed, I'll be honest, with the finish on it in as much as... I mean, this one has had some modifications. It's got some Collywobbles plastics on it. Here and on the slingshots and down on the ball guides here. It needs more. I think it's a very, very cheap build, or it certainly looks a cheap build, and it's got no toys on it. Plastics and more plastics up here.
Point up again. I was filming something else at the time.
Yeah,
point
so plastics here on the truck, plastics here on the car, and yet more plastics at the back there. It does look very flat.
Well, you know, Davey's producing a new... I know that's no excuse, but Davey's producing an Area 51.
Well, I'll tell you what.
It looks nice as well.
I have to say, I do wish Stern had produced an Area 51 for the amount of money these things cost.
That's top
now.
secret. You can't really just, you know...
I know,
they have done. They just couldn't tell anyone about it.
I know. Well, apparently they couldn't even let anybody have one. It's so
They couldn't.
top secret. But again, the cheap plastic that was on here. We'll have a look at the other one in a minute, and you'll see, because the other one's got the original plastic on, because obviously that's not been modded at all.
What do you think of Cole speaker lights?
Cole speaker lights are lovely,
aren't they?
Absolutely stunning.
Aren't they?
Have you upgraded the speakers on this one now as well?
Yeah.
So what are these running now?
5 1/4 inch.
What make are they?
Kenwood.
Kenwood, lovely.
I don't think it matters, Kenwood or JBL. But yeah, just not the paper ones that it comes with.
The dreaded paper
which are 4 inch. They're 4 inch, and those are 5 1/4.
Yeah,
and it's just a lot. The
lights.
Extra
inch sometimes does make
inch
all the
and a quarter.
difference.
Let's not undersell it.
Yeah, okay,
the extra inch and a quarter.
Inch and a quarter.
Yeah.
Excellent. So yeah, great game. Very interesting. I had a game on this earlier on. I literally had a game and then moved across to this other one here.
Yeah.
Immediately, I think the obvious thing, upper playfield, which is great. And you made a great point earlier.
Well, I usually do.
The upper playfield, fed by the same ramp that feeds the wire form on the original one.
Yes.
But the point that you made was, if you decide not to engage with this flipper, either you're learning the game, you miss it, or you decide that actually you don't want to upset the flow of the game, comes down on exactly the same flow that it did before. So this upper playfield is not impacting the flow of this game one iota.
No.
You can power it round here, I'm sure, a good few times, and then let it go.
It's an addition rather than a distraction, and I like that.
The one thing that the next most obvious thing is the fact that you've got proper toys on here on the car, and you've got a toy on the van here. And I think it's a great shame that these two weren't included on the Pro, because I think the Pro is looking very flat.
Yeah, I think the thing is with the toys is, realistically, let's just say they're what you know more about manufacturing stuff than me, but if they're just like plastic moulds to make those things, right? Even forget that they're lit or anything, you're probably looking at no more in terms of mass production. So yeah, that made and that made. I doubt you're looking at 30 quid.
Well, the thing is, if you're going to produce, how many of these machines have they made?
Don't know.
Right, okay. Well, let's just say, for argument's sake, what, 3,000, 2,000?
Yeah, well, yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Okay, if you're going to make 3,000
Probably
of
more.
these, you've already done all the work, you've done all the mould making and everything else. Well, just make another 4,000 of them and put them on the other machines.
Yeah, I think if this wasn't over £8,000, then fine. But I think for £8,000 you can chuck some bits of moulded plastic on it. Yeah, for sure. And I think you still get the improvements in this one, because you still get this really good mechanism at the bottom
Yes.
here. You still get the upper playfield, which
Yeah.
I like. And I totally get the argument on other games that upper playfield spoil the flow of the game. This doesn't. This adds to it. There's no doubt in my mind. Now, we'll do another more extensive review on this on Pinball Heaven's YouTube channel. If you haven't subscribed, go and check it out. Now, we'll do a more extensive review on that channel. There is no doubt in my mind that this upper playfield is an improvement.
I think so as
This
well.
premium machine is better than the Pro. I'll just tell you that now. The other thing that seems to be going on is underneath in this lock here, there's a magnet that chucks it around. So you'd still have extra stuff on it.
Because we all like a little bit of a throwabout, don't we?
We do.
That's lovely.
We do.
The little ball save down here,
The overdrive, yes.
overdrive, is a great little addition. I had so much fun
Yep.
with that. I was looking for, dare I say, I was looking forward to it draining down the left-hand side so I could try.
Well,
try and use it.
you probably don't have to wait long with the way you play.
Well, no, that is pretty much the case. But yeah, great little addition, and that would be a good addition on that one as well.
And something that Matt pointed out, that I should have said in the first video. So if you look on the equivalent here on yours, and now just perhaps look on your side because it'll be in camera. Sorry, the other side.
Oh yeah, this.
So what you have there, I'll show you this one first.
There's a sort of an infill here.
There is an infill because on the LE there's some additional lighting. So what
Gotcha.
that allows you to do on the premium is you can have the lighting upgrade, which is an extra if you could, if you wanted to. So there's, I don't know how it works. I haven't seen the LE.
So behind here, this is all routed out behind here.
I guess so. Yes.
Okay.
I mean, I put the video up before on this channel, and there were a couple of comments because I did which is best, Pro or Premium, and there are a few people that said LE, which I don't think they fully understand the premise of the video.
They are actually
Yeah.
100% correct. Actually, is the LE?
Well, no,
gonna be
it's
better
not.
than
It's a bit like going to the grill, and then them saying, "What do you prefer? Do you prefer the hot dog or do you prefer the burger?" And them saying pizza.
Absolutely.
But it was obviously the LE is the best one of all. That goes without saying.
I've just noticed something as well. Can you bring the camera over
I can.
here? Right, okay. If you look here at the captive ball,
Yeah.
look at this nice shiny captive ball
Yeah.
here. Let's go over to the other machine here. Because we had a little video about balls, and
We did.
look at the state of that.
I hope the camera picks up. Yeah, it's completely dull. I'll change that.
It is dull. It needs changing, but again, we were talking about pinballs and the quality of pinballs. That shouldn't be like that because that is actually going around on the table.
Yes, you're right. Actually, yeah, I'll get that. I'll get that changed out. I'll get a multi-ball in there, which we
get
have
a
now
multi-ball in there.
Flipperama endorsed, as we can now confirm. Flipperama can say that Pin Sound multi-balls does do
We
it
have
the best balls.
official endorsement, which is great.
Absolutely.
We like that. We do like that.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so I really like it, and to be fair, there were a few comments on the video before. Look, there is a reason to buy this rather than this, and that is because some people can't afford this one. Like me,
It's a valid point.
I can
It's a
only
very
afford this
valid
one.
point.
Now, don't get me wrong. If I had the money, I would buy this one. But as I say, there are a couple of people that said, well, Pro or LE, there's no decision. Well, there is, because there's just, I think for me, even if I did have the choice for an LE, I would get one of these and, I don't know, a Whitewater or something.
Yeah. What's the price point on this one?
I think this is about £8,500.
And what's the price point on an LE?
I don't know. I think it might be 13,000,
Wow.
possibly. I might be wrong, and excuse me if I am. 12 or 13,000 pounds, something like that.
Wow. Because you could get this and another pinball.
Yes.
Crikey.
Yeah.
There is an outside. I mean, if you went for some of the older machines, maybe even get 3 machines.
Yeah. Well, I think about, for instance, fishtails at the moment. The price of fishtails gone down, hasn't it, somewhat? And I think and which we both love. That would be interesting to see where fishtails finishes on there. But
hopefully
but
quite
I mean,
high.
at the moment, you can probably get a fishtails for around £3,000. So you could either get an LE, or you could get a Foo Fighters and a fishtails, and probably a week away somewhere.
Yes.
I don't. But I got to say, I really like the premium, and I think so. The question isn't how much different the Pro is. So the premium,
Mm-hmm.
it's how much extra value you're getting from the premium to the LE. Because I think that's the thing. Because I think what you're getting with it, you're getting some powder coating.
Yeah.
Not airbrushing, powder coating. I would want. I have to say, with an LE, I want airbrushing.
Yeah, we had a conversation earlier on.
Oh, sorry, which way are you going?
I'm just going.
Oh, right,
back
you're going that
over,
way. He's
over
going.
here.
He's on the move.
I'm on the move. We had a conversation earlier on about the airbrushing on this and the difference between a premium and an LE.
Yeah.
For the difference in price between that, you could actually just about maybe.
Let's call it a difference. And I don't know. I might be wrong, but let's call it £2,000 difference between an LE and a premium. I might be wrong, but I'm not a million miles away. I don't think it's less.
You wouldn't be far off getting this sort of airbrushing or airbrushing to this quality done on a premium.
Well, to be fair, you'd get the airbrushing on all of it. You'd get all the mods as well. You'd get your lights. And to be fair, you'd probably still have money to go down the brothel as well. Yeah. if that is your currency, if that is something that would... I'm not suggesting...
That is your yardstick.
Yes, absolutely. Yes, for
absolutely.
sure. However you want to measure it.
Absolutely, yes. Yeah, by the yard. So there is an argument that if you want to mod up a machine, you've really got to look at the price point and what you're getting for an LE over the premium. And I think the same is true with the Foo Fighters. If you owned that premium Foo Fighters and you put all the mods on it, then and you got it would be better than
No. What I would do if I had the money, I would actually get the premium.
Yeah, I'm on the move again.
He's off. I would get the premium, and then I would make a design and probably bother poor old Marco and give him a design to get it airbrushed.
Yeah.
So I had some art on the armour as well.
Yeah.
And then
talking of art, I have to say I do prefer the side art on this one over the premium.
On the cabinet, do you?
Yeah, the cabinet, and on the header. The back glasses, I think they're equally good.
They're good, aren't they?
They are.
I'm not sure. I do quite like this design, particularly like the back of it where it goes. There's a lot of green on it. I definitely prefer the side of the back box on this one rather than the Foo-Bots on there. But I do overall. Clearly, this is the better game. There's no doubt about it. Right, I'll tell you what. Why don't you play one of them and I'll play the other one? What are you playing?
I'll go as I'm here. I'll go for this one.
Go for it.
Right. Let's see what we can do. On the side of the header box, there's a picture of the alien there. If you quickly glance at it, it looks like he's giving you the middle finger. Oh. Now, bearing in mind...
Yeah, this is his third game on either machine.
So, as ever, don't expect an awful lot from me. Oh, I love that feature.
What, is it the kickback thing?
Yeah. The overdrive, you call it?
Oh, did it happen then? Sorry.
Yes.
Well done. You got the upper playfield going. Well done. Excellent. And I like it, there's another spinner up there as well. Yeah, there's no doubt about it. This has made me want the premium.
Oh, I was hoping for it then, but it didn't happen.
Carry on, don't worry about that.
Chris's phone has gone off. Let's have a little look. Oh no, I've got a ball save on that one, thank God.
You definitely owe us for that one.
Trying to get it up to that upper playfield again, because that is very satisfying. I see what you mean about the power on that left flipper. It does. I say it does struggle with this ramp. That's a very steep ramp, and you've got to get it absolutely bang on.
Absolutely right, yeah.
Absolutely bang on.
I think they made a mistake. I think they should have slightly more powered flippers, higher powered flippers, and then just dial it down a little bit and at least allow us the option.
Do you think there's an option for changing those coils on that flipper for a larger coil?
I will.
Yeah.
I will on my machine. If I keep the machine, I will. And I probably will to enjoying the game. The only problem I've got with it is, you know, one machine has to go for another to come in, and then, you know, I mean, at the moment, what are we looking at? We're looking at Deadpool, we're looking at Batman. They're not going anywhere. So it comes, you know, Godzilla or Foo Fighters. So, but yeah, if I kept it, I'd definitely put in better flipper coils on it. No doubt about it. Because I just think I'd enjoy the game. Would it be the purest thing to do? No, but I don't. At the end of the day, you spend a lot of money on these things, and you want to enjoy it, you know.
I got distracted by what was happening up here, and
you did earlier actually.
Let it rinse. Let's have a go. It's a deeply satisfying game.
Isn't it just? And also, I mean, we ran through the rules earlier, didn't we? And it's not prohibitively deep. I think you got an extra ball in, mate.
Even somebody with my limited intellect can work out the rules. Whoa. Oh.
And the more you played that, the more you'd get better at it. You'd sort of learn to bounce that off that rubber at the top, and then sort of, you know, hit the ball.
Yeah, I mean, initially, whilst you're getting your head around it, it's it's like any upper playfield. It's a little bit tricky, but it doesn't upset the flow of the game, which I think is great. I love it. What is Overlord Intel?
Well, the Overlord is that dude. Is the bad alien dude. So Intel means intelligence, but only the intelligent know that.
No! I'm an idiot.
You are.
Thank you.
You haven't got the intel.
I have not got the intel. Believe it or not.
Right, you've actually got 2-time multiplier bonus now. 2-time playfield bonus because you hit that loop shot.
Yeah. Oh, you know me in a loop. I love a loop.
He does love a loop.
There you go.
There you go. Right, let me refresh this camera, and then I will have a go on the Pro.
On the Pro.
We're ready to go. Mm-hmm. We're ready to go.
We are ready to go.
I'll tell you what I do love on these is what Cole's done here on these flipper bats. I just think they look classy.
They do look classy.
A bit like yourself, Spence.
Very much like myself, and I'm quite surprised to. Oh, I won't say it.
Damn it.
Now you had quite a nice little run on this game earlier on.
I did.
When you were explaining the rules to me.
Come on, give me that back. I'll do this for that. Yeah, it definitely got that one more game factor. This game has grown on me. Absolutely, it has.
Because you went on a bit of a journey with this one, where you liked it initially, then you kind of went off it a little bit.
Absolutely, yeah.
And now you're back on it again, which I think is great.
Hey, you've got to be able to change your mind, haven't you? Oh, come on. Yeah, I mean, it's a bit brutal in the slings, to be fair. I've not hit that many shots as yet. Oh.
Yeah, it's not a flowy game.
It's not without well, it can be. It's not without its faults.
No.
But there's a lot to like about it.
I think the main thing for me is
Come
the
on,
paths.
don't you dare. Bollocks. Yeah, I mean, you can't really afford to play that badly there and not have a whole ball and not start a mode. Particularly without building up the van. I didn't actually achieve anything then. Yes, my probably I don't have many criticisms of it. It does the ball spends a lot of time bouncing around, and I think there's a lot of shots that you hit on this where the table's doing it for you. Sometimes the ball's travelling around a lot, and I'm not sure how much of it I'm responsible for. Do you know what I mean? Okay. I absolutely love the captive ball stuff and the way you build up your action button with it, though.
Yeah, it was quite an eye opener when you explained the rules to me. It's such a simple rule set, and it's just so achievable.
It is. Oh, I mean, it's hard work. I mean, it's definitely a punishing ramp, isn't it? That top one.
Yeah,
I think I miss it more than I hit it. You know what I mean? I think for every.
I think it's going to be interesting to put a bigger coil on there.
Yeah.
Turn the power down on it.
Yeah.
Get it to where it is now, and then tweak it up a little bit.
But they know it's low, Spence.
Yeah, I know. Because you were saying that when the coils usually turn up, when you go into settings, there's a little bit of headroom.
You can put them up by about 30.
Yeah.
Or down by by even more. You can probably drop them by about 60, 70 and put them up by 30.
And this one's at maximum.
Maxed out, so they know it.
Yeah.
They know it.
And there's no way on this planet that you'd turn the power down on it.
No. Right, so that's one mode done. Oh, it's such a shame. It's such a shame. But I do like it. I did, despite the ramp, there's definitely more going for it than going against it, and I do seem to be fighting it a lot. There's no doubt about that.
Well, it is Foo Fighters.
That's right. Didn't want to hit that. Oh, that's a shame. I like the way it does the combos as the skill shots as well. Oh, I almost had that then. Oh, you knobhead. Absolute knobhead. That's the trouble with these games. You get so used to certain games, and the flippers are definitely set further down on this. So where normally you'd think it's not going to trickle off the end, the ball will trickle off the end. But it's a good game. I mean, it really is. It's a good game. It's definitely growing on me. There's no doubt about it. You know, I think you're just going to have to accept that Stern are that company now, that they are going to penny pinch. You're going to get the balls with the thin veneer, a bit like yourself, Spence.
Yeah, nice.
You know, you're going to get the weaker coils. At the very top, see where this came? Hang on. This bit here.
Yeah.
The original one that came with that was really thin. Really thin.
Well,
I mean, they were all breaking.
The one on the premium is
yes,
nasty.
yeah, absolutely. Actually, to be fair, that's thicker. I think they wrecked. Actually, no, that one's fine. That's too thin. So
yeah.
So they're going to break. It's cost cutting and penny pinching like that. The stop ends on the coils. I mean, my coil fell off on this game. The coil dropped off mid game. The stop ends need replacing, and there's a lot of. But I think there is also reliability to a Stern game as well, which once you iron out those flaws, it probably will last longer. I've had Deadpool for a long time, and it's not missed a beat. It really hasn't. And so you're going to have to maintain them. They're definitely squeezing the margins, Stern.
They are. But it's because we had a conversation the other day, and we were saying that there's starting to become a lot more players in the market now.
Yeah.
It's an interesting situation at the moment. Because
my next game won't be a Stern. My next game is a CGC.
Yeah.
Your next game is a CGC.
Yeah.
I can't do. I can't do JJP because they're too expensive. But they've sorted out their flippers now. So if I could, it's going to be if they drop their price a little bit, which they won't. It's a serious consideration.
Well, JJP is your Rolls Royce.
Yes,
isn't it?
Absolutely. I'd definitely consider a Spooky.
Yes.
And these. And having played Legends of Valhalla, which I know a lot of people don't like, I like those American pinball games. I've played Oktoberfest. I really like that as well. So there are now. I'm looking at them. I'd take a Lebowski in a heartbeat.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
now it's a case of Stern. There was
even a Haggis pinball. If there was, I know a lot of people are are sort of reticent because of the lead times on their games.
Yes.
But if you've got a game, there are people out there that love Fathom, for example, and that is their all-time favourite game. And I think if you had an all-time favourite game and you were willing to wait for it, then you would go with Haggis at the drop of a hat.
I think so,
well.
yeah. But I mean, it depends. Yeah, I mean, I can't consider them serious players, unfortunately. But I mean, like that Centaur, they're only going to produce 300 games.
Right.
They're not going to put themselves into that marketplace I was just talking about with Spooky or JJP,
No, they're not.
where actually, or Chicago Gaming Company, where they become a viable option. There was a point where I would only get the next Stern game. Now I won't.
Yeah, there's
I
enough companies that have got a good body of work out there that you can look at and actually look at each machine on its own merits, rather than they've only produced one machine and it was rubbish, or it was deemed to be rubbish. And one thing that we've found is that a lot of the machines that are, shall we say, banded around as not being very good, actually turning out to be really rather good.
I would totally agree. I mean, and I know the CGC is a bit of a sore subject at the moment because of the Cactus, but look at the stuff they have produced. Then you've got the Pulp Fiction coming. That's going to be really good. Look at spooky stuff. The Halloween, I played Halloween again last week. It's an amazing game. It's just, honestly, I think it's brilliant. Look at what they've done with TNA. You know, they've got a Rick and Morty, as you know, people love Rick and Morty. They've now got a track record. You look at American Pinball. You look at, well, they got the Hot Wheels. They did the Houdini, I think that was them. The Oktoberfest, the Legends of Valhalla. Now they're doing Galactic Tank Force. So it's not just you're looking at a company thinking, oh, I wonder if they're going to produce 1 or 2 games. You're now looking at these companies. They've got 4 or 5 games behind them and thinking, okay, these people are hopefully here to stay. And there just comes a point where you think, well, you can continue. I've got that came out of a packet.
Oh my God!
Okay,
right.
I don't think the camera will pick it up particularly.
I don't think the camera's going to pick this up. I'll move it around in case. Across this ball here.
That came out of there.
Oh my God!
Right.
This ball is rusty.
Look, that's the silica gel that came with it.
And the rust. Can you hold up the silica gel for the?
Well, I did that on the ball video. People will have seen it. I don't know how much the
That's
cameras. We weren't set up to do this video really, but
terrible.
Is there any damp in this room at all?
No.
No. That's been in my pinball drawer the whole time.
Can you take that back?
So they can keep doing that. They can keep making it so the stop ends don't work. They can keep putting these thin plastics on. They can keep cost cutting, but they're going to have to keep producing games that shoot as well as this.
Yeah.
Because the moment they don't, then people are going to look and they're going to think, actually, I've got an alternative now. And 3 or 4 alternatives.
The other thing that could happen, who made Super Hoops?
Multitronic or something like that.
Multitronic.
I think they would call it something like that. I might have to get the name wrong.
It wouldn't surprise me if at some point somebody looks at what Stern's doing and they look at Stern's margins and they look at the bill of materials and they go, actually, do you know what? We're set up to make, all sorts of machines. We can do a better job.
But I think the thing is with Stern, it's all very well talking about what they can't do. Look at what they can do.
Yes.
They can get a theme.
Yep.
As much as they didn't have all the assets on Bonds, they've clearly got every Foo Fighters song. I think they've got, it would seem to me, the best artist in Zombie Yeti.
Yep.
And they've definitely got the best designer. Well, they don't use him, in George Gomez. They've got the best new designer in Elwin. And it looks like in terms of Jack Danger, they've got the protege. They've got the next best up and coming designer. They've got all of that stuff. And as long as they can keep those guys and keep that core there, and they can keep making good machines that shoot well, really good shooters, then people are going to put up with bits falling off the machine and stuff like that. Because actually, once you get those things fixed, then you do have a very, very reliable machine on your hands. You really do. And
the one thing I would say, in their defence, I know it's a bit of a double-edged sword, really, but people say, oh, why isn't the software ready when the machine comes out? Why do we have to wait for updates? They don't issue a machine and then 4 months later you get one update and that's the last you hear out of them. Those updates are coming thick and
Oh,
fast.
they are. They are. There's a lot. I still think Stern are the best pinball manufacturer, and it's up to the others to step up. But I tell you what's happened. Stern were here, and I don't know if this is in camera, and the others were there.
Yeah.
Not only have the others done that, Stern have done that.
Yeah.
And I think it's quite close. And I think how far are you going to squeeze it? As I understand it, Steve Ritchie's gone in at JJP and he's sorted their flippers out.
That's Guy Ritchie's brother, isn't it?
Lionel.
Oh, Lionel.
Yeah. Hello.
Is it me you're looking for? I fixed your flippers.
Absolutely. He playing with the shadow. Anyway, you have to really know his lyrics to know that, I think.
Yeah.
Revealed a little bit too much there in my musical. So I like Lionel Richie. Actually, fun enough, there's a lovely sketch, if you look at it on the internet, where Dave Grohl from the Foo Fighters is playing on he's got writer's block. And he's playing something on the keyboard. He's trying to think of his next song, and he accidentally goes into "Hello," and he starts playing "Hello, is it me? Sometimes you've been alone with you outside my mind," and he's playing the thing, and he's doing it. And it's just him by the keyboard, and Lionel Richie pops in. He says, "Dave," we all get writer's block from time to time, but that's my fucking song. I love that song. Seriously, go and search it. I'm sure if you do Dave Grohl, Lionel Richie, you'll see it. It's a really, really, really nice sketch. Anyway, I think that's about us done. But you agree? If you've got the money, get yourself a premium.
Absolutely.
But if you haven't, are you happy with this?
More than happy with it. I think it would be. It's a great addition to a games room. It's got a lot going for it. Cracking little machine. But if you can run to the premium, get the premium, because it doesn't upset the flow.
No, and it is an addition. That upper playfield is good, and we didn't see it in that game. In fact, should we have one quick game now? Just to try and get this going here, so as we can see here, because that didn't happen on yours. It's the overdrive. It pops up.
Yeah, it did. It did happen on mine.
Why don't? Okay. If you could squeeze, if I move this here, maybe you can.
Well, I'll
get
tell
in
you what.
here.
No, I'll come this side. There you go. That'll make a nice change.
I mean, you're right. Yeah, absolutely. I prefer you come in the other side. Right. Okay. How's it gone?
It's buggered off.
I've got the latest code on both of them now as well, which I didn't have before.
No, that's very unlike you.
I know, on both machines. I was feeling particularly efficient. Oh, I forgot the top. Typical. Oh dear. Yeah, I quite like the magnet in there, but I don't think that's a massive upgrade. I'm happy not to have the magnet in that one. That bit doesn't bother me.
To be honest, if you hadn't mentioned it, I probably wouldn't have noticed.
Ah, damn it. Funny enough, the irony is, I struggle with this shot more than any other. And this is the gateway to the game.
Yeah.
That being said, I struggle with Godzilla more, but the scoop is the gateway to the game. Well, the scoop is the gateway to most games, or whatever. There's one shot that's the gateway to it. Whereas, for instance, the Hell House scoop on Deadpool, I can hit it anytime I want, so I can open a mode. I tend to lose most of my balls on Godzilla, waiting to initiate a mode, because I keep missing the scoop.
You do have trouble with scoops. We've had a lot of conversations where you've gone, yeah, and the scoop's really difficult.
Yeah.
And it never is.
Whereas Monster Bash, funny enough, I was only there. That's got such a generous scoop on it. It's just easy to start the mode.
I like a generous scoop.
Of course you do. Hearing me, this is what I have noticed is I've probably had 100, 150 games on mine. This hasn't had too many. This plays so much faster than the Pro. Goodness gracious! Oh, here we go. Did you see it?
Oh!
It didn't work. Did you catch it on camera?
Yeah, you fluffed it.
I didn't fluff it. It didn't jump up enough. I did it. I held the thing down and it popped up at the post. Just didn't.
Rock and roll.
think it's going to go down there again, let me know, and I'll try and capture it a bit better.
Well, what you do is these two shots that light it, so I've only got one more to hit. For goodness sake. Oh my goodness, that wasn't meant to happen. Oh wow, that was
nice.
fast. Oh, I didn't want that. I don't want that. No, I don't want a multi-ball yet. Okay, let's go with New Orleans. Let's try and get the multi-ball. See, this is good. Oh, that's a shame. I like it. I do like that upper playfields.
So, is there any danger of Phil getting the wrong machine back?
Doing a notice. Come on in, Overlord. Give me it. That's it. Whoa. Whoa, wow. It's so fast, this one. It's still not lit, the overdrive.
No. I don't think it lights during multi-ball. I could be wrong, but...
Yes, I finished the mode. I want to run them. Oh, come on.
Right, overdrive is now lit, I think.
Maybe you're right.
Not my undercarriage.
I saw you.
Oh, shit, that was quick. That's just quicker than my reactions. There you go, that's it. That's the game.
There you go. Well, hopefully that caught the overdrive. I had one, you had one.
Yeah.
And you got your name in lights.
There you go.
Mr. Ah.